This is Rap the News, and today we're going to be talking about Carlos Ferrada and Nibiru, which he calls Herberculus. And so basically he discovered Nibiru back in 1940s, and he was silenced up until early 2000s, where he spoke out at pretty much 99 years old, and then he died. And so before he died, he let us in on some information. He said that they was going to do a cover-up, and they was going to disguise Nibiru as if it was Jupiter or Mars or some other planetary body. Let's get into it. They are saying soon events will take place that will allow Herberculus to be seen with the naked eye. This body will not go unnoticed. Everyone will see. There will be a lot of confusion, more than confusion. And they will give many interpretations about it. I mean, they're going to lie about Nibiru. Many lies. Astronomers will say that we will see Mars or another planet, but in reality, it's going to be Herberculus, Nibiru. It says, what consequences will it bring to our planet? The most terrifying. And then he goes on to say, and then everyone holds up as they can. So here you got the person who spotted Nibiru saying that they're going to cover it up. And then when people start seeing it, they're going to write it off to be Mars or another planet. But we know what they did. They wrote it off to be Jupiter. Check this out, man.
All right, so you may have come across a story online that you'll be able to see Jupiter and its moons with only a pair of binoculars next week. I have to tell you, we are not convinced. So let's bring in Ellen now, because we wanted to ask her if this could really happen. Ellen?
Okay, Marley, are you ready for the answer?
All right.
I think you might be surprised. The answer is yes.
Really?
But
all right, I got to get those binoculars out.
You should.
So the 99-year-old astronomer said they was going to write it off, this planet off, when people start seeing it as Jupiter or Mars. They was going to write it off. They got to start this war, because I believe the war is actually covering the planet. You know what I mean? Getting you into such haywire that you don't know. They've been trying to hide this planet the whole damn time, man. Anyway, so they did write it off. They wrote it off as Jupiter, right? And then a while back, I did so many videos, and I showed this photograph of Nibiru and its moons. And then lo and behold, when the newscast viewed it in the south, they had the same picture that I took at least 5 years ago, you know, and it's online. Just look up Nibiru moons, and you'll see this photograph come in, and look how old that photograph is in comparison to this news story. So we are seeing Nibiru with binoculars right now.
A lot of you are talking about this story on our Facebook page. It has some 3,600 reactions and 300 comments. You won't need a telescope to check out Jupiter this month. There it is right there. NASA says it's so close, you'll be able to see it at night with the naked eye. This is video we shot this morning. You can see the reddish glow of the biggest planet in our solar system.
So here is Jupiter. Very different from what we saw in that photograph. So I took this from back in 2007 or 2013. It's one of those. It was from way back, you know. And basically what you're seeing under a telescope is far different from what they were seeing. This is not a red fiery planet. What we saw in that video was a red fiery planet. And then way back in the day, again, someone was filming Nibiru coming in the south, and this is the video right here. And basically they were saying this is not Jupiter back then, before any of this came out. So this is their footage, and they trying to figure out what this planet is, because it's so damn bright in the daylight sky. So what they're trying to write off as Jupiter is really the destroyer. That's why I went back to get footage from a long time ago, because I want you to see from what they point out. And if they point out and say, that's Jupiter, then everybody with a telescope is going to come on YouTube and say, that's Jupiter. And I'm filming it. But we showed you Jupiter from back in the day, and it's totally different from the Jupiter that people are filming now. Okay, now we're going to get into the biblical, what I came up with, from the Bible. We start with Luke 21:26. Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the power of the heavens shall be shaken. So it's accurate. We're all looking for these things that's coming on the earth. When we finding out what's coming on the earth, it's dreadful, people. And the hearts is going to fail in multiple ways, because the magnetic field from this planet that's coming, or these planets, or as politically correct people say, the firmaments that's coming down, it's going to screw with your heart and your mind. Jeremiah 25:31. A noise shall come even to the ends of the earth, for the Lord has controversy with the nations. And then people are hearing this strange noise. So I'm just matching reality up with the scriptures. People are hearing this strange noise all over the world, and they didn't know what it was till I said something, till I noticed something. It started with a woman first. She put out a video. She said, look at this big red glow. That big red glow I've been studying for a long time, which I know is what? Nibiru planet hell, right? And so it's right on the horizon, California coast, but all over the world now. So watch this. She heard it making the same noise that the people was hearing all around the world. And I said, bam, bingo, because I had put out a video before she made that video, and you can look in my videos and find out that I did that. That's because the Spirit is leading me. And I said that noise is coming from Nibiru, planet hell, because it has volcanoes and lakes of fire on it. That is where the lake of fire is. The lake of fire is not located on Earth, it's located on that planet. We're going to prove that. Job 15:21. A dreadful sound is in his ears. So God is saying it's a dreadful sound. The noise is coming at the end of the earth, and then the other one is saying a dreadful sound in his ears. In prosperity the destroyer shall come upon them. So we know that what the destroyer is, we know it's this big fiery planet. Okay, and then Jeremiah 4:7 is going to prove it. So all of these verses is complementing each other, precepts upon precepts. The destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. It is gone forth from his place to make their land desolate, and their cities shall be laid waste without inhabitants. It's going to rain down, cause floods and everything else, just like in Noah and Sodom and Gomorrah. Revelations 12:4. Then another sign appeared in the heaven, a huge red dragon. This planet is huge, tremendous. So people who've been watching my videos saw during the eclipse, the planet go behind the sun, and when it went behind the sun and knocked out the sun's light, and then as it passed by, the sun lit back up, and it did the same thing to the moon. So that's the huge red dragon. Why? Because the scientist, the astronomer, told you it is a planet with a tail, right? And its tail swept a third of the stars from the sky, which they're calling what? Meteorites, tossing them to the earth. And we already know what scientists say, that the planet is going to come so close to the earth, but it's going to miss the earth and swing under it. And the earth is going to run into its debris tail, and it is going to shower down brimstones and hailstones for 1 hour exactly. And then what did the Bible say? In 1 hour, Babylon will be destroyed. In a day. Right? Deuteronomy, and all this stuff is deep, man. Deuteronomy 32:22. For a fire is kindled in my anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hell. So we know that's why I call it a fiery hot planet hell, because this fire is burning from heaven to earth. A fire. God is in the highest of heavens of heavens. He higher than the heavens. So God is saying this thing is burning down from there to here. You know, and with the science and astronomer saying this thing is coming closer and closer to this earth. So a fire is kindled in my anger and shall burn unto the lowest hell. So we have another hell underneath our feet. So we are living. Earth is nothing but hell covered with dirt, and shall consume the earth with her increase. Again, listen. This hell that God made up there is going to consume this whole planet. What it consuming? This whole earth is going into that planet. The fire that's coming from above is going to consume this whole earth. Revelation 6:8 is going to prove that. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and what? Hell followed with him. You know, is death following, hell following death on earth? No, that's coming from above. How do we know? Revelation 20:14. Then death and hell was cast into the lake of fire. Where's that lake of fire at? That big burning ball of whatever that's coming down to the lowest hell. That's what it's going to consume the earth with her increase. That's a hell. Death and hell was cast into the lake of fire. When hell get cast into that, what is hell? Nibiru? You know, planet hell? Yes, it's a hell. It's all going to be one big ass damn hell. Okay, so watch this. Isaiah 28:18. And your covenant with death shall be disannulled. All those people who trying to make a deal with the devil to escape this planet and the consequences of it is going to be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, what is it going to do? It's going to pass over your heads. Then you shall be trodden down by it. How you going to be trodden down by something beneath you? That's coming from above. As often as it passes through, it will carry you away. People are having dreams that this thing is lifting them up. And like I said, you have a 20-foot magnetic field around your heart, and this is a electromagnetic planet. 2 and 2 equals 4. It could pull you right to it. You know, your brain has an electromagnetic field, and your heart does. It will carry you away. It will sweep through the morning after morning, and day and by night. So when did this thing arise? You could see it clearly on the horizon in the morning, and see it clearly on the horizon in the evening. Sheer terror, says the Bible, this is Isaiah 28:18, sheer terror will come from understanding this message. Sheer terror. When you can understand that something is going to be passing over your head, lifting you up out of this earth, wherever you're going to be, and then carrying your ass away to planet hell, you're going to burn for eternity. You know, and then you heard the people in my videos the other day saying what? The planet lifted them up. You know, there's a video where a car, suddenly, and it wasn't even a car, it was about 3 or 4 cars that lifted up in the air. Nobody can explain it. They try to write it off as a cable, and I'm pretty sure some of y'all heard and saw that. And then I did video after video after video because I knew a damn well a cable didn't lift all those cars up from a street sweeper. That's a damn lie. You know, and people just want to write that damn off. This damn thing passed over our head and lifted up some vehicles all in one area. You know, I never seen any. I mean, it lifted them up like they were toys. And Joel 3:15, the sun and the moon will grow dark, and the stars will no longer shine. Why? Because this is what science said. Iron kills the stars. Stars don't give off iron dust. If you want to kill or shut down the sun, feed it iron. Right? And then lastly, Ezekiel 38:22. And I will plead with him with pestilence and with blood, and I will rain upon him and his militaries, and upon many people that are with him, an overflowing rain of great hailstones, fire, and brimstones coming from what? This planet that's coming down on this earth that's going to burn to the lower hell, the lowest hell. If it says the lowest hell, then it has to be a hell higher. It has to be another hell. Everybody understand that? Strap the news.